What's up YouTube? KM888 here with my experiences from the European Championship at Utrecht. Now, first things first, I have some new stuff to record with. I'm so happy. I have a new PC, I have a webcam. Not pretty sure that's the greatest of them all, but we'll see. And I have a new microphone, so yay. Also have a great filter. I tested it out. It seems to be alright, and let's go from there. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do some more videos like this with the background. I have my Pendulum Magician build from Utrecht, day one, on screen. You can see it all, and it'll be there until the end of the video. That way, well, I know it's kind of seemingly boring maybe, but I'm just here to do my story and nothing more for now, because this deck build is already quite a bit different from how it should have been. So, and that's coming up in the next video, so yay, let's go for there. But yeah, before I start things up, I'm going to tell you guys a couple of things that will practically draw the image for you guys already. So, as you probably know, playing Pendulum, it is on the back screen, should be a no-brainer. But what in the world is worse than losing a die roll for Pendulum in a tournament? Well, and I know what you guys are thinking, losing 2 die rolls. What is even worse than losing 2 die rolls? To be honest, losing 7 out of 8 seems to come to mind in my opinion. Yeah, Lady Luck definitely left the building and I was left in its wake. So I'm just gonna go over my matchups and rounds, explaining some things that I did, give you a general feeling of how it went. And as I said, my deck profile will be in the background for you guys. If you have any questions on the deck build, just go with them in the comments down below, and we can go from there on out. So yeah, for the tournament report, round 1 I had to go up against Orchest, and I actually won my very first die roll. Pretty happy about that. Things were looking up. So I do my combo without any interruptions, and as soon as I sent the Amorphage Sloth to my extra deck with Electromite's effect, my opponent just scoops it up. I didn't have my normal summon yet. He knew what was going to happen. So yeah, I didn't really know what he was playing, but I haven't seen any hand traps. My opponent scoops after seeing the Sloth. I was pretty sure it was either going to be the Orchest or the Thunder matchup. So I basically sided in all the hate. If I missed on the prediction that I did, I didn't really miss things out. It wasn't that bad. I still had game 3 to go first anyway. And I just sided in the triple Lancia, triple Gnome, the double Drawn and Lock. Like, it's really good against Candina and the field spell. So yeah, it's a way to stop them. But yeah, I really felt ready, but then I drew my opening hand, no hand traps at all. Really not feeling that great about it. But yeah, my opponent starts playing, and what did you know, it's Orchest. So I just let him play his combo out. I want as much information as I can, see how the guy is playing, what I can do game 3 to change things up, and so on. But as soon as this combo is over, I just pick my 6 cards, see what it is, scoop it up, and go to game 3. Now, I have an actually good hand in game 3, but no Endymion Engine. I don't see the Servant, I don't have a, what's its name, like the Spell Power Mastery over here. So I can't really play around hand traps, and I get ashed along the way. Not the biggest of deals, but as soon as I summon LP, he drops a Gnome material on my Electromite, and that way I'm locked into dragons. I can't really do anything. My hand wasn't good enough to make a Dweller before going into the LP, so, well, which is basically what I normally do, make a rank 4 before going into the LP. So I just have to wait it out and look down at the board until he finishes it. Like, just goes straight up combo and he just cleans it up. 0-1, not the best of starts. My round 2 matchup was Mech Knight Invoked. It was really awkward. I lost my die roll, so yeah, there's one. But he lets me go first, so that's already a thing. I'm pretty sure about what kind of decks that want to go second this format. You have going second Sky Striker. One of my friends stopped with it. I was pretty familiar with the deck, so I was actually hoping for going second Striker. But I also take other decks into account, like Cyber Dragons, Invoked, Crusadia, so I really watch out with my zones when building my board. After I made my entire board, my opponent actually decides to try and play through it, even though I had like 6 interruptions, including the Erratic Link, meaning I have Sloth on board, and like right after I use my 4th interruption, he already scoops it up, and I know I'm going first again. It's Mech Knight Invoked, deck can't go first at all. So yeah, I decide for going first. I open kind of a big play, but no Endymion Engine. So at the point of going into the Aggro Pain, I get interrupted by a Veiler. I'm pretty sure he just wanted to clear out my Vortex. No real sweat, I guess. I still have 2 negates less than the previous game. Like, I'm missing out on the Vortex, and I didn't have a Jackal King because I didn't see the Endymion Engine. But I thought 4 was pretty good either way. So, goes to my opponent. Also opens up pretty good. So he actually got through my board. But his ending board wasn't that great. So he ends on a Phantasme. After the entire board. The Mech Knight Link and 1 other Mech Knight. All his cards were like in German, so I know Phantasme, it's a card that's really used now, so I don't really need to read it. But his Mech Knight Link, I knew it had kind of an effect depending on battle, and it can't be destroyed in battle, or you can't do damage, and it's something about the column. So I asked the guy, and I'm thinking like round 2, ain't gonna lie about it. The guy seemed pretty chill. So he actually explains to me that my monster needs to be in a different zone to be able to do damage. So I'm just gonna go off of that, and it's my turn, and the only thing I can do is make a rank fall. So I go into Utopia Double, like the card you see on the screen right here. Really good thing, actually makes your Utopia 10,000 attack in the combo. And the thing that I do is I have my Utopia in the zone where the Phantasme is in. But I thought I couldn't do any damage there, so I decide to attack his Mech Knight Link monster. And then the guy goes like, you can't do damage over this, it needs to be in the same column. So at that point, like, I knew he cheated. Like, he explained it first the other way around. I call a judge, of course, one word against the other. Like, guy, like, he knows nothing. It's stupid. And since the judge can't determine who's actually making the most sense, like, even though it's definitely me because I have a Utopia with 10,000 attack on board, why in hell's name would I attack his Link monster if I knew that? The judge declares like, just resume from there, go from there. Head judge did the same thing, so yeah, building was like kind of futile, but no sweat. I just, like, after I know, like, I can't do damage here, not enough, he's gonna get back his Mech Knights, I just scoop it up from there, go to game 3, even with time extension, like, we only have, like, 3 more minutes, so it's actually kind of, we were on time. It was, like, stupidest thing ever, like, I would have won at that point, and, yeah, just stupid. So game 3, I let him go first, and his play was actually just setting a monster on a back row. So that's it, it's just setting a monster in the back row. Like I said, Invoked Mech Knight can't do anything going first. I have 1 minute and a half on the clock. I see my hand. I have a Servant, so I decide to go Servant, activate 3 spells, do it really fast, like, not even gonna lie, I didn't even matter, like, my Pendulum Call got Ash Blossomed, it just didn't matter, I just wanted the spells for my Servant. I summoned the Servant as well as a Jackal King with a counter. I have a Time Gazer on my field because of the Chronograph, so I'm just going into the battle phase with 10 seconds on the clock. I attack with Servant directly because it has a counter, and at that point time gets called and I win. So I was really happy about that I still got to win. Didn't get cheated out of round 2 at least, so yeah, that's definitely on me. I should have just asked the translation with a judge, but at an event that big, like, if you ask a judge, sometimes it takes like 5 minutes before you get a freaking translation, and just because the judge stood on your table like for 30-40 seconds just getting the translation, you don't get time extension. So I didn't want that at that point because it was nearing the end of the match, where I probably should have done that. But yeah, that's totally on me. So yeah. After that, round 3, Salamangrades. I lost a die roll once again. It seems my thing. The opponent goes first, standard opening play, getting the wolf, 2 back row. I know 1 is the quick play search spell. I'm really not that great with the names, I don't care. And I know he has 2 unknown cards in hand plus the gazelle. So when doing my combo, I just make sure to lose to 2 hand traps. So he definitely wants to throw them, and I get ashed, I get veilered, and then he activates his trap afterwards, which was a roar. So I'm actually happy it was a roar and not a rage at that point, because the rage would have cleared 2 of my cards, the roar only did 1. I just put up my scales, Pendulum 2, 2 level 4s from my extra deck, like 1 in my own extra monster zone and 1 underneath the gazelle. Underneath the wolf. I really don't care he gets anything back. Like, what's he gonna get back? An Ash Blossom, he already used that, so yeah. I just overlaid my cards, went to Utopia double, and attacked with Utopia for 10,000 damage. That thing happened a lot. Like, seriously, Utopia is bonkers in this deck right now. Game 2, he starts again. He has a little bit more back row, like 3 unknown and 1 unknown card in his hand. So I think let's go Utopia double again, just win it from there. But I have to activate Desires, and I actually banish the double or nothing. But oh well, it's not all that bad. I still try to do my regular combo. I get hand trapped along the way, but it's only 1 card. A couple of back row cards like Call by the Grave. He kept that in for my Dark Worm for the Destrudo, and a Rage and a Roar. But not all that bad. I can still go for a mini Guard Dragon play, and it's the only thing that I have actually on the board, like the Vortex, the Agar Pain, and the LP. Vortex bounces back his monster, and I can attack for some damage. And main phase 2, I go for the Heretic Seal, and Heretic Seal plus the Vortex was actually enough for a game, because he only had 2 cards in his hand, being the Gazelle, the card that he drew. The quick play spell searched him the Foxy. So he went Foxy, declared the effect, and he didn't got any Salamangreat cards, but that really doesn't matter unless it was a Spinny. I just bounced it back with the Erratic Seal, and when he activated Desires, I knew he had nothing left, so I just negated it with the Vortex, and I was quick 2-0 actually, so yeah. Round 4, I had to go up against Thunder. I was feeling a little bit better because of my 2 wins. But yeah, lady luck there. Let's change that, shall we? Losing another die roll. This time against Thunder, that's actually awful. I get full wombo comboed. I lose 2 cards out of my hand. Facing 3 interruptions, double Colossus alongside those interruptions. And that's actually kind of hurtful when the only cards they shuffled back were the actually playable cards, and you ended up holding like a Mastery, a Duelist Alliance, and a Pendulum Call. So pretty much you're done for. The card that I drew didn't really help. It was a Pendulum monster, but I can't actually activate like all my spells. So I just moved to game 2, not revealing what I play. Game 2, I do my regular combo. He has no serious interruptions because he didn't know what I was playing, and he scoops it up after seeing what I got. Game 3, I opened up double draw and lock and the Gnome material. So not the strongest hand ever. I don't have any plays of my own, but at least I can stop the opponent for now. So I drop the draw and lock, and as soon as I use it on his Thunder Dragon effect, he hardly makes any plays. He doesn't have anything left, to be honest, and I don't even have to use my Gnome material, which could have come up, like, really. It's my turn. I draw the Lancia. Pretty much useless at that point. I can't do anything, and he can't do anything. I didn't even have, like, the correct scales to go for a serious Pendulum summon, so, yeah. After... Like, we still had, like, 20 minutes on the clock at that point. It was his turn, like, game 1, my turn, game 2, and so it's, like, 20 minutes left. We were grinding like crazy. It wasn't normal, like, but we couldn't do, like, real damage. So the life points are about the same. I still have the Gnome in my hand, like, 6 turns later, and the thing is, I simply forgot that I can set it to avoid one instance of battle damage. Like, Gnome like hand traps can be normal summoned, and I just forgot. So make my play. I do some damage with triple burst over defensive Tsukinoko. So because like for ones who don't know, triple burst also can do piercing damage. I can bring it up right here on the screen. Let's see. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So that's actually pretty nice, and Tsukinoko has 0 defense, so you can do 2400 damage there. I thought I had enough. He had a Colossus still on board with a Jackalope and the Tsukinoko, and no cards left in his hand, so... no, 1 card left in his hand, so just 1. But I knew what it was. It wasn't any threat, so I made Triple Burst Dragon. I could have set the Gnome material for some additional defense. Like, it's only 1000 defense, but it's enough, because Jackalope only has 500 attack. It can't get over the Gnome material. But I didn't, so the guy draws, top decks a Bigfoot, which was terrible. I couldn't snipe it, so it came to the field, and 3000 attack at that point, so he got over my triple burst. Well, he could have done that with the Colossus as well, but then it would only be like 700 damage, and I would have won in time. But the Bigfoot dealt 3000 damage over the triple burst, so that's 600, and then 26 of the Colossus. And that was actually too big for me, and I couldn't do enough damage in my own turn after, because I didn't have enough resources left. But I had like only 30 or 40 seconds left on the clock to make my play anyways. If I had just set the Gnome material, I would have won in time, and I just didn't think of that. So it's not like I made a bad play, but yeah, I did definitely misplay there. So yeah. So yeah, I was actually sad, but I lost because of a misplay there. So yeah, that one wasn't on the deck. Round 5. I lost yet another die roll. My opponent's first play is a Terraforming, getting the Subterror field spell. Hidden City, I believe. So yeah, I know it's Subterror. I kind of know that deck, so I know what's up. But I do look at an end board of Guru, the field spell, and 5 back row. I do know Final Battle is one of them because he searched it with the Guru. But what I didn't know is that like all the other ones, the 4 other back row were 4 different floodgates. GG no re. you really can't get rid of that. If you have 4 floodgates and the Guru combo, it's bunkers. I wish I had Denko there, like seriously. Game 2, I want to do some wombo comboing on my own, but I don't see Servant, so Ash and Ogre were kind of harsh for me. The only thing I could get on the field was the Heretic Link and a Tornado Dragon. I thought that was pretty good because I could bounce the field spell and activation, and because it's a once per turn, he wouldn't be able to get his Guru going. And I could Tornado Dragon a back row, and I thought I would be safe back then. But the thing that happened is he drew, summoned the Pancratops, declared battle phase, attacked my Heretic Seal, so I had to activate it. I sent it to the deck, summoned out the Dark Worm from my deck because I sided out the slot clearly in this matchup. At that point, he of targeting the Pancratops, he tributed it to destroy my Tornado Dragon. And then he got to main phase 2, activated field spell, got a Guru, used the Guru field spell shenanigans to get to Final Battle, and he set 3, which was Final Battle, there can be only 1, and Summon Limit. So I lost from there. 2-0 against me, and like really, he just opened the nuts. Like seriously, I didn't know that Subterror could even do that. Like wow. So yeah. Round 6, losing another die roll. I really wasn't on a roll. My opponent was playing Orcus with a Crusadia Guard Dragon engine, basically vomiting out an Heretic Seal and an Archfiend Abyss before doing all of the Orcus shenanigans. I was facing 8 interruptions, I believe. I was kind of impressed, but I know my deck can do that too. Especially if I would be playing like an Orcus engine, but I do think that bricks like immensely. So yeah, 8 interruptions, I quickly scooped it up. Game 2 kind of went the other way around. I ended my board on the Heretic Seal, the Psyphrim Lord Zeta, Vortex, a normal summon Sloth, Jackal King and Dweller, so game 3 was declared by my opponent. And in game 3 I was really hoping to finally draw that side against Orcust, but I saw my hand and I didn't see anything at all. So facing like 8 interruptions again, I top decked into the Lancia, and as soon as I activated the Upstart Goblin, I drew into a Gnome Material. Basically only having 4 cards against 8 interruptions. Yeah, scoop face. Round 7, I'm getting pretty tiresome of losing those die rolls, but there I go again, losing one. My opponent starts doing the Thunder combo, but he didn't draw into a Thunder monster with the Saryuja. I'm guessing it's pretty lucky for me, but also being a chance, I kind of took it. I just broke his board open, had the entire game state under control, and my opponent just scoops it up. So game 1 for me. And game 2 I actually drew into my Gnome Material. Awesome. My opponent went into the Beat Cup, but using a solar, like the battery band solar. So it was a light and a dark. That means he can't use like the Beat Cup second effect, like I'm gonna put it up. If his card's link summoned using 2 dark monsters with different names, you can tribute 1 monster and put a patrol counter on another monster. Well, 1 face-up card on the field, and it can't be destroyed once. So because this effect couldn't be used, he can't tribute off his Beat Cup after I Gnome Material it. So, well, I do have to think, like, well, it doesn't really matter, like, that monster cannot be tributed, so... Anyways, he summoned the Beat Cup, then he went for LP, and on the summon of LP, I Gnome Material to Beat Cup, so it was kind of stuck, and he couldn't really play on, so he couldn't go for Triple Burst, he couldn't go into Saryuja using the Beat Cup, so his ending board was kind of mediocre. I like, really simple. I know that the deck doesn't play many hand traps, and especially not going first, so I just summoned the Curtain Raiser with his own effect, normaled my Dark Worm, added the gate 0, overlaid for Utopia double, and just attacked for game. Which was actually pretty easy, going over a Beat Cup with something with 10,000 attacks, so yeah. Final round of the day, I'm really thirsty to win a die roll and put my score to 50-50, the 4-4. I already know I can't go to day 2, so there's always that. But I just wanted to win a die roll, like, at that point, just go from there, and nope, I just lose it yet again. I have to go up against yet another Salamangreat deck. It was the second one of the day, but I'm not mad. Like, I built my deck to go up against Salamangreat and Sky Striker going first, and after game 1 going really good against Orcust and Thunder with 8 hand traps. Now, the thing that I see now is that my side deck is built completely wrong for that, because I should have been using Evenly Matched and maybe even sided the Mystic Mine, because those 2 cards just clear up those decks in any case. So yeah, there's always that. But anyways, game 8 against Salamangreat. He starts things off just like any other Salamangreat player. Same kind of field, and like the other matchup, I just OTK'd with the Utopia package. Game 2, he kind of bamboozles me. He lets me go first, maybe siding some things in that he had, like Pancratopsis, Evenlies, you name it. But it's actually fine. I don't really side a lot against Salamangreat, and I just make my full board, and my opponent couldn't get rid of it, so the win was secure. Going 4-4 day 1. I think I can say I'm proud of myself, even though it wasn't that great of a score. I only made 1 mistake, like, on the entire day, so yeah, that's actually something to be proud of. If I had won some more die rolls, preferably against the Orcust players, I might have had more of a chance. But yeah, there's always that, so always the luck of the game is a factor. So yeah. Day 2, I put another deck profile for the side events. I'm going to put that up in the next video as well. And after that I will make a third video with my current deck profile. So that one will be like cards on the table, and you'll see it like I usually do. So I hope to see you guys in those two videos, and with that I'm actually signing off. So yeah, ciao.